From the rising sun of toddler to the red cloud sunset of 81. Who and what do I see when I look in the time mirror of my life? I see the first child of Bernard and Flora King Fleury, born in June 1932. Fast forward 3 years, and here I am as a 3-year-old, still the only child of Flora and Bernard in 1934. Me and my dog in May of 1936. By the time I reached my 5th birthday on Flag Day, June 14, 1937, I had a little 3-year-old sister, Dolores, and a 5-month-old brother, Frank. My first communion picture in 1939, Dolores and Frank. In 1940, I see an 8-year-old brown-haired boy with hazel eyes with his Grandma King and with his pet rabbit. The Nazi part of World War II had ended when I graduated from 8th grade, first in my class, in June 1945, a young 13. In high school, I tap danced and sang in all our musical shows and in all the towns surrounding my home. At 16, a talent scout from New York City, who saw my pretty blonde partner and me performing, offered us a job in the Big Apple, but my parents absolutely refused to let me go. Too young for life in the big city. Like many other young persons, I spent years, 10 in all, deciding what I wanted to do with my life. I became an altar boy at age 11 and began to think of being a priest. I went to St. Charles College from 1949 to 1951. Here's an aerial view of our college campus. Mom and Dad came to visit me in the fall of 1950 and returned for my graduation in 1951. I loved animals, and with my Grandpa King's financial help and all my savings, I bought my first horse after my junior year at the university, where I had gone to prepare for a career as a history teacher after St. Charles. I graduated from UMass in 1953 with a BA degree in history and secondary teacher certification. In 1954, I began my teaching career as a teaching principal and coach at East Whately Grammar School. In 1954, I also became engaged to Ludmilla Healy, whom I had met at the Grange. We were married in August 1955. On March 13, 1957, our son Edward was born. And 9 years later, on June 28, 1966, along came our daughter, Amy. We spent many summers vacationing on Cape Cod with our son, daughter, and later our grandson. Our children grew up as we had, on a small farm, with gardens, chickens, dogs, cats, and horses. I spent 6 wonderful years as teaching principal of Sunderland Grammar School and working toward my doctorate in administration at the University of Mass. I received my doctorate in 1968, and that fall became professor at what is now Westfield State University. My career as professor and director of school administration lasted 32 years. While full-time at Westfield, I also served simultaneously at the International College of the Cayman Islands, creating and administrating a teacher education program for 16 years. It was a combination of distance administration and on-site from 1 to 3 months each year, ending with one term as pro tem president of the college. During these years, beginning with my ordination as the permanent Roman Catholic deacon in 1983, I served in my diocese at St. Mary's, Annunciation, and Most Holy Redeemer churches, and at St. Ignatius and Holy Redeemer churches in the Cayman Islands. We celebrated our golden anniversary in August 2005. In the golden years of my life, I am focusing on my writing, my ministry as a deacon, while my wife and I live on a retirement small farm in the foothills of the Berkshire Mountains in Massachusetts.